Hey, hey, good morning. Actually, it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Sorry, guys. I have been sick, but today is Memorial Day, and I did not get a video out yesterday. I was still under the weather, so forgive me now. I'll probably be coughing during this video, but I'm not going to make it long because, yeah, y'all don't want to hear me coughing for 30 minutes. So, but I do have some ginger tea with lemon and honey that I'll be sipping on throughout this video. I have exciting news. I have a few exciting newses, but one of them, I mean, they might not be exciting to y'all because they don't affect y'all, but Friday was our last day of school. We are out for the summer. Praise y'all. We are out for the summer. So I spent the last 2 weeks like under the weather. Like I was so sick. I was just coughing, but it was like the last 2 weeks of school where the kids are getting ready for finals and stuff. So I didn't have the C-19, so I didn't stay home, but I did kind of stay away from people. Just so I'm not coughing on people. It's just like just a cold. It's just like this respiratory congestion, you know, stuff like that. But if y'all are new to my channel, my name is Joy. I am 48 years old. I'll be 49 in August of this year. So just a few things about me. I always have notes, so I do have notes here just so I can stay on track. And these notes aren't, I don't have a lot today just because I don't. But I work as a sign language interpreter in an educational setting, which is mainly high school. But I am going to be working summer school this summer. And we start summer school, well, we have a meeting next Friday, which is the 31st. We have like our summer school orientation, and then students show up on June 7th for summer school, and that just goes until the end of June. So that's like my second job for that's just like a second job. So because I work in a school, I work in a high school, and we get paid for 10 months of work, but they spread it out over 12 months. So I think I talked about how we get all those checks starting June 14th. We get 5 paychecks in a row, and that should take us through August 15th. And then our first paycheck of the school year will be August 31st, whatever that last day of the month is. And yeah, and so then I should, if we go according to like my pay scale, like I got this, like I think last year, at the beginning of last year, we got like this salary letter. And so it was like our projected salary for the next 3 years. So if they're following that salary letter, or at least that, I guess, cost of living increase or whatever, then I should be getting a little bit more starting August 31st. So we'll see. And so this journey is, I am working through Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover, and I am currently on baby step number 1, but I have a whole heavy update about that. I'm working on baby step number 1 right now. There are 7 steps, and so I did start this channel and start recording because I wanted to just you know, document my journey as well as hold myself accountable and just not be able to quit because people are following this journey with me. At least y'all making me feel like y'all following. So the first baby step is to save $1,000 liquid and an emergency fund. And so for me, that's just having a separate savings account for that. And it's easily liquidatable. Like I could just transfer it back into my checking account when I need it. So liquid means it's like not in a, like you're not doing investments, you're not investing it, you're saving it so that you have it in case of an emergency. Okay, and I'm also working towards FIRE, which is financially independent, retire early. And so for me, retiring early means to retire by 55, and that is retiring from full-time 9-to-5 work, 9 to 5, because really I work at a school, so it's like 7:30 to 2:30, 7:30 to 3. So yeah, so my goal is to retire at 55, which is 7 years, maybe give or take a few months, and retire at 55 from 9 to 5 work, because I want to work for myself. I don't want to continue like working for somebody else. I want to work for myself and have businesses established. So over the next 7 years, I'll be working towards that as well, and I'll be implementing or like putting that in the baby steps, because in the baby steps, there's things like save for your kids' college fund or pay off your mortgage. I don't have either of those things. I don't have children and I don't have a mortgage. So I'll probably use those 2 steps to buy real estate because I want to do real estate investment. And also I'm single by way of divorce. And if you have not watched that divorce video, you can, if you so choose. But somebody had asked me why I got divorced and how did that affect my finances, so I did do a whole video answering that question. So if you want to watch that, you can. It's a couple videos ago. So let's get into it. I made a post. My budget just went all wonky because I am team food at home. But over these past 2 weeks, I've been eating so much junk. I feel like I've gained like 20 pounds. If y'all can hear the air conditioning, I'm sorry. I did put it on. It was that time. So I feel like I'm talking loud because I'm trying to talk over the air conditioner. It's a unit. It's a unit in the wall. And I don't feel bad about it, honey. I do not feel bad about it. With my $800 rent. Yep, I will take an in-unit air conditioning unit. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So last time I talked to you guys, my emergency fund, my starter emergency fund, which is $1,000, it should be $1,000 according to the Dave Ramsey plan. My starter emergency fund was at $395.22. It should have been, okay, it should have been this week $617 and some change, 22 cents, but it is currently at $417.23. Let me tell you why. So over the past 2 weeks, I've been eating out. So I had my regular like $100 grocery budget. Now I might have to change it. I might have to change it to $150. Let me tell you why. Because I remember when I first did my $100 grocery budget in that video, I had 2 weeks in between my paychecks, right? Because that was a 4-week month. Because we get paid twice a month. We get paid the 15th and the 30th or 31st or whatever that end of the month is. And so I just happened to have where it was 2 weeks in between. Well, since then, it hasn't been like that. I would get paid, and then I would have like 3 weeks before I would get paid again. And so I was trying to stretch $100 over 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. I think if I'm explaining that right, but I didn't have I felt like I was really, really tight. It was super tight. So either I need to change what I'm buying, where I'm shopping, or I need to add to that. So I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do yet. I did say I don't mind eating ramen noodles, and I don't. But it's a little hot for ramen noodles. We are embarking on summer, and so yeah, I'll have to think that out more, flesh that out a little bit more with my menu, because what I typically do is make a menu, and then I will shop according to that menu, and I will go online and find the prices and all that, just so I make sure I'm coming in under budget, at or under budget or whatever. But these past 2 weeks I've been eating out. Now I haven't been using DoorDash, I haven't been using any apps, but I have been so even though I was sick, I was still going to work because I didn't have the C19. I was still going to work, so when I would come home from work, I didn't feel like cooking, or I would be staying late to work our volleyball or lacrosse games. And or last week it was softball. Our softball team just won regionals last week, so I worked those 2 games, and then this week we are in sectionals. So I have 3 games to work this week. So I did end up picking up more games to add to my spring activities check that I'll be getting mid-June. So, so what happened was that I was eating out for 2 weeks, and so okay, so let me tell you how it got up to $617. Sorry if I'm all over the place, but when my student loan was forgiven, the money that I had allocated to pay my student loan, which was $221 and some change, I decided to take that $221 and move it over to my started emergency fund to, give myself a big boost on that. So that was unexpected, so I was able to do that. So I did move that $221 over. I didn't move the change over. I just moved the $221 over. And then because I was eating out, I ate up all of my grocery budget money. And so I did start transferring little bits of money back over to my checking account so I could eat out. Now, that was not smart, but I didn't use my credit card, and like it was money I had, I guess, to justify doing it. I don't know. And really not a justification. That's just what ended up happening. That's what I did. So now I am at $417.23. That's where I am. Okay. So this week I still have work to do, and my spring activities check, we won't get paid until after the board meeting, which I believe is like the second or third Monday in June, and then we usually get paid sometime during that week. And so these games will be added on to that. So I should have a check of over $1,000, and that is going to really help me do my debt snowball, because baby step number 2 would be the debt snowball. And so we start paying down bills, starting with our smallest bill from least to greatest. A couple of those are just real simple. One is $100, one is like $178. One is, I think I have a 200 and something, and then I have a 400 and something, and then I just have my car to pay off, except I will have taxes to pay. I have taxes from last year that I haven't paid yet, $310. And then this year I will probably have thousands of dollars in taxes because of me not, me claiming myself on my W-2 form. I should have claimed 0, but I didn't. So we'll have to get to that when I get to it. I have not done my taxes yet. I plan on getting my taxes done with this spring activities check. I'm going to get my taxes done, and then the rest of the money will be to start the debt snowball. I'll get my taxes done, pay the taxes from last year, and then get the debt snowball running. That's where I am. So anyhow, yeah. So I've been sick, been going to work. I only missed one day. I missed last Wednesday. That was the easiest day for me to miss. I knew one of my students would be doing an essay. Other than that, I had PE, and then I had one of our deaf and hard of hearing classrooms. So I wasn't, those are easier to cover than my student that has like a seminar day where they have to do speeches and things like that. So let me look at my notes real fast. Okay. Also, what I didn't tell you guys, so the 19th, May 19th was like the first Sunday that I missed doing a video. And I didn't do a video that day. That's really when I started feeling sick, but I had to work that day. I had to work on Sunday because, so we have, okay, how can I explain it? So I work as a sign language interpreter. And so the students we have this year, like we have a schedule, like just like the students have a schedule. Like we don't have like, I don't like follow one student around the whole day. We have 12 students in our program this year, and so we have a schedule, like the students will have their schedule, but the interpreters each all have our own schedule so that we're not like interpreting a bunch of heavy classes back to back. So we'll have maybe a heavy class, and then we'll have like PE where it's not a lot of interpreting, and then maybe I have like I'll be in one of our self-contained classrooms, which is our deaf and hard of hearing students, the ones that are not out in mainstream. So I might be in there, and then I might have like a heavy class to end the day or something like that. And so those, and we get new schedules like every semester. And so next year we have an eighth grader coming up. And so the girl that does our schedules, she's like our lead interpreter. She does our schedules for the semesters, and she is really good about like asking us like what classes we really like, what don't we like, mainly like what you really don't want to see on your schedule and what you really would like to see on your schedule. And then she kind of makes the schedule from there. She can't always accommodate everybody, but for me, we have a student coming up next year who she is hard of hearing, and she's in band. She's been in band since, I don't know, maybe fourth grade or whatever grade they allow them to start doing band. She's been in band. And so most of our interpreters didn't want band. They don't want band, but I grew up doing band and being in marching band and concert band and doing all the things. So I thought it would be a really great idea to do band. I think it would be fun. And so our lead interpreter, she already started making the schedules for next year because our students have their schedules for next year. And so she starts to make the plan based off that. Make our schedules based off of that. And so because I was the only one that really wanted to do band, she was like, well, are you ready to do all things band? I'm like, yeah. She's like, great. They have a meeting on Sunday. So Sunday they had like a 5-hour skills camp. So they did some playing. They got all the new music for the football season because, I think football starts like right as the school year starts, like the games start right at, like, I think that same week school starts, like the football games start. And so they got all their music for band and all that, or for like that, they'll be playing in the stands. And then later, last week of June, they'll get their first marching set of music, because this band, they go to competition, they do parades. So I'm anticipating a lot of weekend work. But anyway, they had a 5-hour band skills camp. They went outside, they were doing marching, they learned how to march. Obviously, like a lot of the freshmen and the veterans were there, but it was mainly a day so that the freshmen can kind of know like what it's like this is what we do, hardcore. They're hardcore at this high school. And so anyhow, for that, I'm interpreting. And so when I work the games at the high school, I get all that in one check at the end of the season. But because I'm interpreting, this will just be on my regular paycheck, So it'll just be in my regular paycheck. I'll just be making, it's not overtime, but it's like hourly pay. So I'll be making hourly pay for for doing that. So in addition to summer school, I have a band camp at the end of June. I think that's 3 days. And then I have band camp in July, which is 5 days. So the one in June, it's like 9 to noon for 3 days. And then the one in July, it's from 9 to 4 for 5 days. So all of that will be interpreter pay, and I'll see that on my paycheck. And so I've been trying to, and so it's going to be that like throughout the school year, like pending that student doesn't like drop that class, it'll be like that throughout the school year. So like there are some, like on Wednesdays, the band practices from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it's late like that because they have to wait for the football team to finish practicing and then they go outside and practice, because we only have the one football field. And so so that'll be like extra pay because it's like 6 to 9. And then what else? And so then if they do anything on the weekends, like parades or competitions or anything like that on the weekends, I get paid extra for that, and that'll all show up on my paycheck. And so I know for me that I have to like decide what I want to do with that money ahead of time, like before I see it. Because if I just see extra money, I might not, I might spend it frivolously without really, and then turn around and not really like know where it went or whatever. So I've like thought about some things that I could do with that money. You guys tell me what you think. So I have a car, right? My car, I have, I think, like roughly $11,000 left on it to pay off. And it also has 103,000 miles on it now. And I'm not so naive as to think that it's going to last forever or another 5 years. I don't know. It could. I'm willing to run it into the ground. I'm willing to keep it until like it can't be fixed anymore. Like I feel like at this point I'm willing to do that. And so my idea for my extra pay related to band is to start a car fund, because, and by car fund I mean like something separate. So I have my emergency fund, right? I'll have my emergency fund, and I can certainly use my emergency fund to do any repairs and then replenish my emergency fund. I can do that. But I'm thinking that I might want to do like a car fund, like something separate, to like keep it so that if I have repairs, I'm not pulling from my emergency fund and then have to like pause my debt snowball and go back to it. I could just put this money in a separate fund, either for repairs or to start saving up for a new car that I can pay cash for. So I haven't really decided what I want to do with that yet. I just have it on here as like an idea for me to do with that money. So my summer school earnings, I was thinking, okay, so for summer school, it'll be 3 weeks of summer school. I'm going to be missing a day and a half of summer school. One day I have to go to Springfield to take a test, and then I'll miss a half day because I have a wedding in the evening. So with my summer school earnings, I was planning on starting a car fund with $600, like opening a car fund for $600, getting, getting my taxes done. I have dental work. You might think I want to get these crooked teeth fixed. That's not my priority. Y'all have seen the crooked teeth and they will stay. I have a cracked tooth on this side, I have something going on this side, and Joy gotta eat. I cannot eat. And I like to eat. So teeth are like a priority. And then I paid my taxes down as much as possible with my summer school earnings. And then my spring activities check, what I have written here, is also $600 car fund for maintenance and new car, like open a separate account for that. So I would have essentially $1,200 in that car fund, specifically for repairs right now, but maybe just build that up until I could pay cash for a new car before this one completely kicks the bucket. And then rent a car, because I got to go to Springfield for this test, so I'm not going to drive my car. I'm going to do a rental car. I wonder if my brother will let me use his car, because it's only for the day. I'm going to ask him. I wonder if he'll let me. Do y'all think he'll let me? Do y'all think he'll let me? Let's take a poll. I wonder if he will. I really don't know either way, but I'm going to ask him and see what he says. So y'all can guess if he says yes, because it's just for the day. It's like Springfield is, from me, it's like 2.5 hours. Springfield, Illinois, it's 2.5 hours. There, I'm going to take a test. The test is going to take about half an hour, and then I drive back. Then I don't have to pay. I wonder if he will. So I'll be back before he would have to, like, go to work in the night, because he works overnight. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with my band earnings. The extracurricular band earnings is what I'm thinking about doing. Is starting a car fund. So, because really after I pay off those little debts, really the only thing I have left is taxes, which I'm guessing like $3,000. What y'all think? And then my car, which is $11,000. Because I would love that by this time next year, I would love to be debt free. Like, now that student loan is like gone, like I really do see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, what am I going to do once I'm debt free? I don't know. It's scary almost because I've never been in that place before, where I actually have money to do stuff with. But anyhow, oh, the most important thing I forgot to tell you. So last week, while I was being sick, I wasn't checking the mail. And remember when my student loan got forgiven, right? And so I had saw somewhere, and I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but I had saw somewhere that they were giving refunds. Like, not only did they forgive your loan, but then they were giving refunds for the money you did pay. But I was like, I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, I don't know what I thought about, but I just didn't think that applied to me. So anyhow, Saturday, I finally went through the pile of mail on the table, and I got a check back from the U.S. Treasury. Now, I knew I didn't file no taxes, and if anything, I owe y'all money, right? So I was like, what is this? So the money I paid this year for towards my student loan, which was $663 and some change, they refunded it to me. You guys, so that check will clear because it's a holiday, and I deposited it on Saturday. I did like the mobile banking app. I deposited it on Saturday. So it'll be clear Tuesday, which is tomorrow. And I'm going to take that money and fully fund my starter emergency fund. Come on, y'all can celebrate with me. Yes, so my starter emergency fund, because I remember telling you guys I wanted it to be funded by the end of this month. And then obviously I was spending money, so it wasn't going to be funded by the end of this month. So because I had to go in there and transfer some of that money back. So it was going to like push me out to June. So tomorrow by 5 p.m. my starter emergency fund will be fully funded, and I can get going on my debt snowball. But I think what I'm going to do is, because I owe the $310 for the IRS, I probably will go ahead and knock that out first. I think that's what I have on my budget. So I did redo my budget, and I did not plan to like show that, but I think I can pull it up. I think. Yep. So let me see what I plan to do. And my budget is just a Google form that I just made a table. I don't know if you can see that. For those of you that haven't seen my budget before, it's just a table. But so yeah. Oh, so June 15th, I said, because we get all those checks in a row. So let me see if you guys can see this. So for all the checks in a row, I did put that all in blue. Can you see? I don't know if y'all can see that it's blue versus black, but I put it in blue. So for 5 paychecks, it's all in blue because those are things that I'm going to pay ahead of time. I'm going to pay up so that I'm not behind, like my rent, my tithe. I can pay that up because I've gotten paid. So my car insurance, I can pay up. I have a credit card. I'm gonna knock that credit card off for sure. But anyhow, I'll have to show you guys my budget because I feel like I gotta like think some things through, because some things are like paycheck related and some things are like my special checks, right? Like my spring activities check. So I think my check on June 15th will be a little bit bigger because I had that 5-hour camp on May 19th. Now I don't know how they how they process that, like, because I sent my invoice the very next day, but somehow I don't believe it's going to be on this May 31st check. I would love for it to be on this May 31st check, just in case I have to rent a car, and then I don't have to I don't feel like I have to finagle other monies around to do that. So anyhow, that is what I have for today, guys. That's what I have for today. As usual, you guys can ask me questions in the comments, and I feel like if it's a big enough topic, I will make a video about it. And if it's just something I can answer in a couple sentences, I'll just go ahead and respond to you on there. And I do appreciate all the subscribers. I think I'm at like 760 or something like that. I think what I'm gonna do is when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do like a live. I don't know, that sounds scary to me, and it sounds so ridiculous because I'm nobody. But I'm thinking like, maybe when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll like do a Q&A. I don't know, like a live or something. I don't know. I might be sitting talking to 3 of my friends, but it's okay. I might do that though, a live, like on a Sunday evening, like when I normally post my videos. This one is going up tonight. It's 5:43 right now. I'm gonna try to get it up by 7-ish. And I know it's a holiday. I'm not expecting a whole lot. I know y'all will come through and watch it probably eventually. And what else was I gonna say? It was in conjunction with that. 1,000 subscribers, and oh, this is what I was gonna say. So I don't know. I don't think the guys will be into this. Like, cause there's a couple guys that watch. I don't think y'all will be into this, but I think it'll be interesting. At least I would be interested if I were watching somebody doing this video to like do a vlog during the week. So like I do this video and you guys get to hear how I talked about like the previous week or whatever. Like I've talked about like eating all this junk. Well, I didn't say I ate junk food, but honey, it was junk. I feel like I've gained 20 pounds. Like, no lie. But I was thinking about like doing a vlog during the week so you could see how I guess manage money or work on my budget or things like that. I don't know, because I do like vlog style videos. So like I would still do these on like Sunday evening, where I talk about like my total money makeover, like how I'm navigating my total money makeover. But I think it would be cool to see like the behind the scenes. Like I did some of my shorts where I'm like working my events and things like that, and so I do like that. So I don't know. So ladies, because the guys probably don't care about vlogs, but ladies, if you want to see a vlog, just me going throughout my week, like my spending, my going to the grocery store, whatever, let me know. Or I can just stick to these, honey. I can just stick to these once a week videos, honey, and get them up on time. That's the goal. So anyhow, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Sunday, I will. Sunday evening, Sunday, I will.